I have a lot of clever dragons in my vault that I have to look at so I can actually get rid of them. So here goes. The clever dragon is a low impact, very fast rate of fire pulse rifle in the same category as the grass from Malak and the waltz from the future war cult. Straight off the bat, I'm going to tell you this. The bigger thing I've noticed that people tend to look for is high caliber rounds. If your clever dragon does not have it on, what you'll find when you're going up against guardians in the crucible is you may as well be tickling them. I've definitely noticed a big difference between my clever dragons that have this perk as opposed to those without it. When the clever dragon was the Iron Banner weapon, I did actually manage to get a clever dragon with brace frame and high caliber rounds, and it has been my absolute favourite weapon to use. The combination of the recoil pattern and just being able to outflinch your enemy does make winning one-on-one gunfights ridiculously easy. The downside to it though is that the magazine size does drop down to 24, making multiple engagements a bit of a problem, but it's not really a concern if you're playing your engagements smart. I would have preferred better perks in the last column of my brace frame high caliber round clever dragon, but sometimes you just have to work with what you're given. The other clever dragons I have are by no means bad, but the lack of high caliber rounds is very noticeable. It's at this point I just wonder why I don't just use my Grasp of Malak instead. Anyway, let's talk perks. As I said, high caliber rounds is pretty much a must have if you want to get something different to the Grasp. The sights I tend to go for is the red dot sight, the iron red dot sight, but like with most sights, you should use what you feel the most comfortable with. In the first column, I would go for brace frame, as the recoil pattern is so tight. After that, I would actually opt for small bore, as that gives you a small boost to range as well. If however you don't like the ammo loss from either of these options, perfect balance is also a pretty good option, though personally I find perfect balance by itself wasn't that great for me, and that I needed another stability perk to actually help as well. I've noticed that brace frame, small bore and perfect balance are the popular options for good reasons, and if you get any of the other options I probably wouldn't use it except for hand laid stock, even though it does reduce the range, but I'd only use hand laid stock if I got good perks in the other columns. Failing that, I just wouldn't bother using it at all. In the next column, this is where you need high caliber rounds. Forget everything else. Whenever you pick up a clever dragon, check this column first for high caliber rounds. If it doesn't have high caliber rounds, but the other columns have good perks, well, a lot of the middle column perks are usable. Stuff like snapshot, quick draw and lightweight aren't really going to have a negative effect, and you've got a pended magazine, which is good if you use brace frame in the first column, as it does counteract the ammo loss. Everything else in that column gets thrown away by me. Really though, you'll want high caliber rounds, so that's the first thing you should be checking for whenever you pick up a clever dragon. In the final column, this is where there's been a fair bit of discussion on perks, but to keep this simple, counterbalance, hidden hand and head seeker in the top node. Anything except for secret round in the bottom node. Emphasis on the top node especially if you get counterbalance. The other perks are not deal breakers, especially if you do wind up with a clever dragon with high caliber rounds anyway. I used all four of the clever dragons I have a decent amount, and the one with brace frame, high caliber rounds, was by far the best one that I had. It also had glass half full, but I felt that it wasn't really helping me enough, or at least I just wasn't really noticing its benefit. Life support is an okay perk, but it's just not what I'm looking for on a clever dragon. But the brace frame and high caliber rounds make it by far the best one that I own. My small bore quick draw counterbalance clever dragon was actually surprisingly better than I expected it to be. The recoil direction is pretty good, and quick draw definitely helps its lower grip speed, though it has less value on my blade dancer or my Ophidian aspect warlock. This is definitely going to be kept in the event that the high caliber rounds receive too big of a nerf in the next weapons update. whenever that comes. The perfect balance, lightweight, counterbalance Clever Dragon is quite frankly going to be dismantled, as I feel it does nothing better than the others that I have. Lightweight isn't really a must-have part, and I prefer brace frame to perfect balance anyway. With the vendor roll, I at least get the choice of the two, along with something that's a little bit more useful like snapshot. My thoughts of this weapon in different activities are pretty much PvP all the way. This is a crucible weapon with PvP perks. It's not awful in strikes and raids and the likes, but there are significantly better options. All in all, I would have to put the Clever Dragon in the S tier if it has a caliber round and a stability perk, and an A rank if it doesn't. Next time Iron Banner comes around and this is the spotlight weapon, definitely grind for a good roll. Anyway, that is about it from me. Take care of yourself and keep being you.